Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they stuck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Man, we got two-part breaking news. One, in my opinion, is really good, and one is really bad. But are we surprised? We'll talk about that and more. Hit the like button, punch that like button as you come in the building. I hope YouTube is starting to fix the issue because I saw some people in the comment section said, wow, finally I get a notification. So hopefully they've been fixing that, man. And maybe they are, because usually as we've been starting streams lately, we've been having like 60 people in the room. We already got 190 in here now. So punch the like button. Let those who still aren't getting the notifications know that we are live. TD, you are doing a great job. Salute to you, Bill Reynolds. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. TD, turn me up. I got the notification. Good. Let me know in the comment section. Did you get the notification? Yes or no? In the comment section, did you get the notification? And make sure you hit the like button if you're going to respond to me, all right? I have never got the notification, LOL. Well, make sure that the notification bell is on. They tried to hit me with that one first. Well, make sure your people know, no, y'all got an issue. Okay, so a lot of y'all got the notification. Okay. Yeah, because we're climbing. We're over 200 now. But hit that like button. We got to do a better job hitting the like button, letting people know that we are live. So make sure you do that piece of it, all right? All right, man, let's dive in. I appreciate y'all who've been rocking with us. Lately, I know this is technically considered the off season, but these are the true Dolphin fans that stick around when games aren't being played. That have a vested interest in everything that we do as a team. So salute to y'all who've been hanging out. Let's get into it. So the Miami Dolphins hire Wes Welker and fire Gerald Alexander. Now let's talk about Wes Welker first. This is a good hire, a guy who knows the position, a wide receiver, a guy who could definitely help come in and help this unit. one of the most important things with Wes Welker coming to Miami, truthfully, to be quite honest with you, is just simply familiarity with the system that we're going to be running. Familiarity for Mike McDaniel to have a guy who can implement what he's trying to get across to that receiving group. He's not going to be the offensive coordinator, ladies and gentlemen. I would have been a little disappointed if that was the case, because I don't think it's time for that yet, nor is he ready for that. But he is going to come in the same capacity and role that he was in San Francisco as the wide receivers coach. Okay. So that is a good hire. I like the hire as long as that, like Wes Welker stays at that position group. Right now, I like the hire. It's more familiarity coming into the building with what we were trying to accomplish instead of McDaniel having to teach coaches what he's trying to get across. He's bringing in a coach that already knows what he's trying to get across. So this is a huge W. This should definitely help the offense get to a new level quicker. Again, y'all know how I feel. I want to know who the O-line coach is going to be, the quarterback coach going to be, the OC, and the DC. That's what I want to know. And those are the hires that I'm waiting on, because those are the important ones, the areas that we've always struggled the most, okay? So we're going to keep our eyes out on those. So congratulations, Wes Welker. Welcome back to Miami. And hopefully you can help our unit and those that we add to it this offseason become great. And I believe Wes Welker is a very good hire by Mike McDaniel. So so far, I'm giving our hiring I'm giving the hiring a B plus. I'm giving our hiring so far a B plus. Okay. We'll keep our eyes on who he brings in at those major areas to see if we can get that in the A territory and stay away from the C or lower. So right now, our hiring, I just want to come out of this hiring process at a B. That's all I want to do. And right now, we're running at a B plus, so that's a good look. Okay. But we took a hit that took me right back to a B minus. Okay. We took a hit. We fired Gerald Alexander. This one didn't make any sense at all. But then, as I sit back and think, it makes all the sense in the world. Gerald Alexander is one of the greatest coaches on our staff. Gerald Alexander, for those who don't follow our staff, is our DB coach and has been for a while. Gerald Alexander is credited with the improved play of Xavier Howard's coverage skills, which some of y'all need to recognize. X has improved in that area. I've always called him just a ball hawk, but now I feel like he's improved in the area of coverage as well, making him a really good all-around corner, like great. And Byron Jones still locking down his side of the field. You barely hear these guys' names. That's something you need to think about with our secondary. In the second part of the year, you barely heard any of their names because they just locked everything down back there, man, for the second part of the year. Even in games we lost, technically they still did their job. And he gets credit for that, but more than those guys that's already good, because I always tell y'all, I don't really care about the guys who are already good. Look at what he was able to do with Nick Needham. Look at what he was able to do with Coleman. This guy is proven to move results in a positive direction. In the last few years, no matter what we put back there, he has gotten the best out of everybody. He has created so many turnovers for this defense, so many strip balls through his coaching. So this is I'm shocked by it, but then when I sat back and thought about it, I'm like, why am I shocked? This was one of the only coaches that vocally came out in support of Brian Flores. He didn't say anything specific about the Miami Dolphins. He just supported his fight to help coaches get over the hump when it comes to injustices. He also he had applied for the head coaching job in Jacksonville. He was the type of guy who had enough success to apply for head coaching jobs and be a candidate for it. Somebody said Fangio was coming. No, doesn't matter, because here's why it doesn't matter. From the way I look at it, there was room for Vic Fangio and him because he was the DB's coach. If Vic Fangio's coming, he would be the DC. That has nothing to do with the you still want to retain a good DB's coach. It is what it is. They let him go. And got to move on. This is unfortunate, though. It does take a hit in the secondary. This makes me a little nervous because when you listen to Mike McDaniel not press conference, but his one-on-one, what I think Armando said, I think he had a one-on-one sit down with one of those guys yesterday or 2 days ago. But when he said, it's about getting the team to win. And he said, even if our defense takes a step back, the goal is to get the offense to take a huge step forward. There's only one way this offense is going to take a huge step forward. And that's if Tua Tagovailoa takes a huge step forward. Not saying he won't, but it looks like a lot of what we're going to be dealing with is going to hinge on Tua Tagovailoa at the end of the day. I don't want this defense to take a step backwards. I want them to even get better. I want them to get even better. TD, that's not what he said, bro. It is what he said, Drubatron. He said it's about getting the team to win overall. Even if that, and he said it in many examples, even if that means the defense isn't as good, but the offense takes a huge jump, or the offense, takes a little jump and the defense gets even better, and he did talk about this defense was good, but we don't stop there. You want them to get even better. But at the same token, he did give us that realistic line. He did say that. In an effort to build a team overall and to build a winning team, everything ain't going to be perfect. You may have to take a hit in one area or another to have in another area pick up the slack and exceed it. He said he wants the whole team to get better. He not hoping the defense takes a step back. I never said the man hopes the defense takes a step back, Drubatron. Where did you hear me say that? We know he wants the whole team to get better. We all know that Mike McDaniel wants the whole team to get better, and he's not hoping that the defense takes a step back. We all know that. But he gave us a realistic moment. If you go back and watch his sit down, he also said that you want to build a team where the whole team wins. Maybe that means the defense takes a step, down a little, but the offense takes a huge leap forward. And that was a maybe, but he's giving you an example of you can't have everything in this league. He said that. I don't know if any of y'all watch what I'm talking about, but he definitely said that. And I don't want to live in that. I don't want to live in that, because that's hoping that you rely on that other group to take that step forward. Mike McDaniel has the right to select who he wants and who he doesn't. He's not obligated to keep Flo's guy on board. No, we know that, but I don't even think Mike McDaniel is the reason he's fired. I truly believe this is a Stephen Ross decision. I truly believe this is a Stephen Ross's decision. Unless we're shocked and he brings in a better DB coach. I mean, we got a guy who's proven. The Ross effect. Just got to see who we get. Could be straight like you say. If we upgrade, then we good. Yeah. You always hold out that hope that you actually upgrade, and that's why I say you got to give everybody a fair opportunity. We knew changes would be coming with the hire of a new coach. Yeah, I did, but I didn't think, we let go one of our best when we said that we want to try to keep our defensive coaches intact. I didn't think we'd let go one of our best coaches on defense. But hey, something you got to live with and deal with and accept, right? I get that. Alexander wasn't going to stay a DB coach, TD. He wanted a promotion. Yeah, but that was his job. You're supposed to want a promotion, but you stay in that role until you get that promotion. I mean, you think that's cool to say, oh, he wants a promotion somewhere? Well, fire him since he wants a promotion. No, you say, well, I hope he gets a promotion. If he don't, we got a heck of a DB coach. It's that simple. We'll see. Screw the draft picks for Watson. You better get used to the path we had it on because that's what we doing. We not. I think that Watson ship is sailed. Let him build his own staff, sink or swim time. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we letting him. I'm just saying I'm talking about it. So what about Welker? He's coming to Miami as our wide receiver coach, just like he was in San Francisco. So we get to allow. I think this just accelerates the build time and the opportunity for McDaniel to implement what he's trying to implement in the offensive system, and I like that. This is a good hire. This is a great hire, actually. I was against Wes Welker coming in to be an OC, but I love bringing him in as a wide receivers coach. I love that. Nikki said he is proven. All right, look at Noah. So you think coaches make every player great? All good coaches make every player great? All good coaches make every player great. You think that's how things work? You think that's the case? I don't think any of y'all believe that. I don't think any of you guys believe that. Let me pull something up. Give me a second. Let me pull something up real quick with y'all. Hopefully I can get a video. Oh gosh. You mean to tell me there's no video of what I'm trying to show y'all? Um Gosh. Am I tripping? Damn it all. He should let Waddle run the ball like he did with Samuel. Man, y'all better stop. Y'all trying to get Waddle killed, man. Let Waddle play around in open field. Stop trying to get Waddle killed, please. Let Waddle be the receiver he is, and best case scenario from what you talk about, let him run some jet sweeps and stuff like that, man. But please be careful with this narrative. Sits down, drive time discussion. Oh, I didn't know he. Well, yeah, I think maybe this is it. Yeah, I gotta understand the size your body needs to be taking that beating that Debo took. Some of y'all don't recognize that Debo took a beating to begin with. TD, sorry about Alexander release, but didn't make Byron or X. Yeah, I said that they wanted to be good, great, and work hard getting there. Noah, Tua, and all the third year players better have self-drive. It's interesting that Mike McDaniel kept talking about when they talked about Tua, they kept talking about drive and work ethic. I think he's already, because the knock on Tua is he really working hard enough in his own time and in his off time? Is he putting the work in? And I think it was Mike McDaniel is already putting that work in. Did I write Mike McDaniels again? Oh no, I didn't. I got it right. Never mind. Give me a second. But I love that he keeps talking about Tua and saying, he's gonna have to put a lot of work in. And I know he's ready for it. He's already that's a coach. That's a mental thing that he's putting on Tua already. He's already setting an expectation that he's going to have to work hard and that he's going to have to do a lot more than he's been doing before. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna pull this up and play this. Let me pull this up and play this. Share screen. TD still got a soft spot for Noah. When did I ever, other than when we first drafted him? I don't know where that's coming from. But if you want to write that narrative, be my guest. All right. All right. Let's hear some of this.
No, I'm excited about a player that wants. Excited about
his energy.
And work alongside a credible GM and all of it, and I think he could feel that energy, and it was obvious on his face and his tone of voice.
Is that what you're most excited about working with him? His energy?
No, I'm excited about a player that wants to get better, and point blank, it's in the coaching player relationship. Both parties have to participate, and you can only get out of a player what they're willing to put in. And so I'm excited for him to I can tell he's really going to attack it. He's a player that has an internal chip on his shoulder, and but we have a lot of work to do, and that will be a really fun day when we first get on the field. But first and foremost, we have to get him. We have to get a staff to coach him, and then some players some plays to study, and a playbook to study, so that he can study some film and get to that point, which we're all excited about.
Yeah.
And that's what Mike McDaniel, he's going to have to come to realize, that Tua is a kinesthetic guy. He learns best on the field. And Mike is already talking about getting him to study the playbook, getting him to study film. And that ain't Tua's strength. And this isn't me. This is Tua's own words. This isn't me hating. This is Tua's own words. And I'm going to be real interested. It's going to be real interesting to see if he can teach him how to retain the playbook and what they're trying to do, and if they can teach him how to study film to where he can actually consume it and lock it in. That's going to be really interesting if he can teach him those things. If he can't teach him those things, he's going to have to do it the rep level, but he's already going to lose some precious time by trying to teach him those things. Because this is the knock on Tua. I mean, you've had so many OCs. You had Gailey, the 2 OCs this year. What is your biggest hope for Tua? They all said it. Playbook retention. You know, we believe he'll get it. It's just a matter of when. And Mike McDaniel, does he have a different approach that can help him learn quicker? We're hoping that he does, because that's the one thing nobody's talking about. We have a vision. He wants to come in and help Tua, but out of his own mouth, he's saying we need to get him the playbook so that he can learn it, you know, study it. We need to get him watching film so he can learn and then study it, but not realizing that Tua is a kinesthetic guy. So how do you operate with a guy who's kinesthetic, but the two things that you're saying that how you want him to learn is basically read, write, and visual, and not kinesthetic. So we'll see. This is where the genius of Mike McDaniel is going to have to come through, or the quarterback coach, or this is something that they just haven't considered yet. And they may think that they could teach all people the same and get a rude awakening. So this will be very interesting. I want to see how he handles this, because if he can get Tua up to speed and learning and retaining it based off of how he teaches it, that is going to be a big, big endorsement for Mike McDaniel and his ability to coach, as he's going to be evaluated for the next few years to come. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
And your quarterback's going to be obviously the conduit for the offense, or on the field for your offense. And, you know, talking about Tua and just your.
Somebody said, I have to call you out, TD. How do you know better than him? I never claimed to know better than him. I mean, sometimes we're like, real talk, y'all, just chill and listen to the words I'm saying. I never said I know better than him. I said it's going to be very interesting on his approach. And if he can teach Tua that way that he plans to, that's going to be huge for him. That's an endorsement for him. I'm going off of what Tua said himself. He is a kinesthetic learner. When you are a kinesthetic learner, the best way for you to learn is going on the field and actually doing it. That's how it works, man. I mean, this don't have to be rocket science. I don't know better. I'm going to tell you now, I don't know better than McDaniel. But that doesn't mean he's not thinking about that. It doesn't mean that at all. It does not mean that he's not thinking about that. You said everybody learns by reading and applying. Oh my God. Some of y'all just go look up VARC. Go look up a VARC study, okay? And go look up what a VARC study is. Yes, everybody has to apply. If I watch film and I look at a play right now, I got to go on the field and apply it. But the difference is you got quarterbacks who can look at film, go out and apply it right away because they already see what they need to see on film. And you have some quarterbacks that can look at film, go out and mess it up because the only way they learn is by doing it over and over and working through all the angles. That's just how it works. That's how it works. You can learn on the field too. Stop speaking for other people. Yes, you can learn on the field too. You can learn in the classroom. You can learn watching film. You can learn off of somebody telling you. You can learn by just doing it. But everybody's different. That's why top organizations make people take VARC assessments so that they can identify what is the best way you learn so they can attack it that way, which will allow you to learn quicker. I am not a read-write person. I am not the biggest visual person. But you put me out there and tell me what to do, and I keep doing it reps after reps after reps, I'm going to end up getting it very well. So for some of y'all who want a little bit more level of intelligence, just go look up what a VARK exam is, VARK, and what it's used for. And our own quarterback out of his own mouth, right after the bye week, said it out of his own mouth. I don't really learn by, just studying or watching film. I learn by when I'm on the field and I'm doing it over and over and over again. That's kind of how I learn and retain things. Those are Tua's words. And it makes sense. Because he's a kinesthetic guy. Those are his words, not TD's. TD didn't make this up about Tua. This was him in a press conference said those exact words. So I don't know more than Mike McDaniel, but does Mike McDaniel know that that's how Tua learns? I don't know. And maybe he can get him to learn a different way. Maybe he can. Is Noah a kinesthetic learner? I'm not sure. I have no clue. I have no clue what Noah is. You can't just look at somebody on the field and say he's kinesthetic, he's visual. You actually have to hear them tell you how do they best learn. You have to, like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is definitely a visual learner. That's why he sits there with that remote all day, even at home, he said. I can learn, I can go off of just watching film. And then I go out on the field and I apply it, but he can apply it right away because he's learning all the ins and outs just by looking at it on film. You don't know what anyone, that's why you take a VARK assessment. It tells you what you are. When you answer all those VARK questions, it basically tells you how you learn. All right. Let me see. Let me help somebody out. They said, TD, why you hate on Tua so much? Yep, let me block them. That's what I'm going to start doing to the people that can't comprehend just regular common sense. Just block them. They're just making the comment section unhealthy. I'm sitting there telling them what Tua said out of his own mouth, and they saying that's hate. They just need to go. They're not responsible enough to sit here and have a decent conversation. All right, let's finish the video. Oh, wait. What just happened? I think I got off of it by mistake. All right, here we go.
Earlier you mentioned 3x1, 2x2, kind of some of the offensive designs there. What does it look like for you in terms of when you go to design a play? How does that process kind of work for putting together a play for Mike McDaniel?
Well, that was a cool question. I've never got that one before. And the long and short of it is I look at offensive plays as problem-solving solutions. So I don't really sit there and think, okay, what can be cool? I look at what is the defense? What defense do they play? What issues do they have? Where are they vulnerable? And how to attack it? And then you think back to the library. What are they defending? How do they want to defend you? What have they been practicing? And all of those things formulate, okay, well, let's do this one play that you could do any number of ways, but let's take the tight end and motion them from left to right. Or let's start them in the backfield because we have another play that plays off of that. All of it is finding solutions that the defense presents. And then, okay, well, what ways can we take advantage of our offensive personnel? Hey, Waddle's really fast. Let's line him up over here and make him defend something deep and then run the ball behind it. Things like that.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I think Dolphins fans are going to love to hear that. So obviously you have a extensive history of coaching offense in this league as offensive coordinator, receivers, running backs, the whole gamut, as you well know. How does leading an offensive room or a receivers room, running backs room, eventually an offensive room, prepared you to take over an entire football team and be a head coach of the Miami Dolphins?
I think sometimes people can overcomplicate coaching, and what's very comforting to me is coaching a receiver and being a receiver coach wasn't that different than coaching an offensive group, because what you're doing is you are establishing a connection with players and saying, hey, here, I'm going to prove to you how I'm going to get you better. And if they buy what you're selling, they listen to it and they apply it. And that relationship that where, hey, player, you're depending on me. It doesn't matter what position I'm coaching. As long as you are talking to them and really engaging their mind, and they can establish, hey, you know what? Whatever he's saying, if I listen to it, man, that's going to make me better. They will do anything for you. And when you're talking to a team, guess what? As an offensive coach, if you do know what you're doing, you have to know defense. It's impossible to be able to coach offense without knowing defense, and vice versa. So those types of things for players, all they want to do is get better. You know, they want to play their best. So you establish that you can make them better, and hey, they'll do whatever for you.
So kind of on that same train of thought about the defense, you inherit a defense that has had a lot of production and a lot of players that have caused that production from the previous couple of years returning to this team. How do you maintain that defensive performance we saw the last couple of years here in Miami?
Well, I heard this early in my career, and I think it's very true. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You don't stay the same. So I think that hunger that they've had here is very important, but you don't stop where you left off. You continue to grow, and that's all I see from the people in the building and the players that I've talked to, is they're not saying, hey, that was cool to be a pretty good defense. No, we want to win football games. Well, if we have to be the very best defense in the league to do it, let's do that. If we can be marginally worse, but the offense can be a lot better, let's do that. It doesn't matter. It's just a team sport. We're focused on the team getting better.
So did y'all hear that? If we need to be the best defense in the league, then that's what we need to do. If we need to be, what did he say? Wait, let me go back to the exact words.
It doesn't matter. It's just a team sport. Have to be the very best defense in the league to do it, let's do that. If we can be marginally worse, but the offense can be a lot better, let's do that.
If we can be marginally worse and the offense needs to be a little better, then let's do that. But the problem is those decisions have to be made ahead of time. We're going to go the approach where our defense is marginally less, but our offense is better. Those decisions have to be made ahead of time, and you have to hope that pans out. Zachary said, TD, why can't people think without emotion clouding their judgment? Is it really that hard to be realistic, objective, logical? It's so irritating. I think some people are actually coming over here doing that intentionally, because some people really don't like what we're doing over here. We're growing. We're one of the favorites. People love this channel. And I got to admit, I've came at some people to where their feelings were hurt, so they only show up to be negative and try to be bad in the comment section and cause some of you all to be like, yeah, this comment section ain't for me. That's what they're trying to do, okay? Because I come up with that conclusion because it makes no sense otherwise. Because if people truly feel the way that they be acting, then humanity has no chance, excuse me. TD, I appreciate all the time and effort you put into your craft. That was a more entertaining press conference than all the flows combined. I agree. Any of these, what they talking about? All right, I got that off the screen. Let's keep it moving, man. But like I said earlier in the stream, he did say, even if our defense has to take a drop and our offense goes up, then as long as we win. That's exactly what I said. And I was accused of he never said that.
Be a pretty good defense. No, we want to win football games. Well, if we have to be the very best defense in the league to do it, let's do that. If we can be marginally worse, but the offense can be a lot better, let's do that. It doesn't matter. It's just a team sport. We're focused on the team getting better and the team winning football game.
Something as simple as that, I'm accused of, no, he didn't. That's a lie. He didn't say that. People make things harder than it needs to be, man.
And knowing that last year, it's a foundation, but it doesn't mean anything moving forward.
Absolutely. And one area of, I suppose, more modern day football, maybe further back than people realize, but in all three phases of the game, analytics have really taken on their new role in the National Football League. What's your approach to analytics and how they can benefit a coaching staff or a player, just the entire operation?
I tend to try to really focus on the numbers that are right. No, it's a useful tool, but like anything else, you can't take anything as an absolute. So you take in the information, like, hey, I understand why it's overtime. You should probably go for it on 4th down here, but you also, my opinion, you have to be careful to do anything in absolutes, and you have to understand, okay, what's the situation? What's the time of the clock? How's our defense playing? What if we give the ball back? All of these factors. So it's a tool like anything else, but you use it with every other piece of information to try to make the best decision.
Is there kind of a process for how you determine, the best way to handle certain situations in terms of late game or timeout management?
And we're going to stop it right there. I know we have 500 people in the room right now. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're coming up on 20,000 subscribers. It's crazy. Make sure that you subscribe to TDPHINSTALK. But we're going to end it right there. Why are we ending it? Because we have another stream coming up for you next. And I hope you all really, 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 really enjoy it. Miami Sports Fanatic Show is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. And it is that 8 o'clock hour. So we're about to get out of here and come right back to this channel in 1 minute, and you'll see us live again. Peace. I am out.